Liz, very good morning to you. It's a brand new dawn, it's a brand new day, it's raining, it's chaos at Heathrow. Is this what we got to look forward to?
Well, I'm sitting in Parliament just now, and it's quiet, but it's not going to be quiet for very long because there's hundreds of new MPs will be coming through the doors very soon.
It's a good point.
It's all going to be very exciting. It's all set up for them, like a first day at school, and there's going to be so many, with their first experience of Parliament, not least most of those independents, not Jeremy Corbyn, obviously, he's been here for a very long time. But yeah, all those independents, they're going to have to learn the ropes very, very quickly. Yeah,
I mean, there was talk, wasn't there, at one point of whether there should be a sort of emergency session of Parliament to try and get the first 100 days going properly. Is that likely to happen, do you think, or is that going to be something that they don't end up doing?
No, I mean, they all have to be sworn in first, so I think that will take up a couple of days, certainly at the beginning of next week. But we understand that recess, which was supposed to start round about the 19th, I think, of July, is going to be extended now until the end of July before recess. Some recess starts, and they're going to come back a little bit earlier, I think, beginning of September. So they got August off, and then Labour will come back, and then they've also got a lot of work to.
So will they get down to business in any way, shape, or form before the end of July? Then, do you think? What will we see?
Yeah, no, we will definitely see some. We'll have a Queen's speech. Sorry, not Queen's speech, King's speech, obviously. The State Open of Parliament. So we'll all have that, and that will set out what the new government's priorities are. So that will be very interesting, given as we've just been discussing, the Labour manifesto was a little bit thin on details, so maybe we'll get it fleshed out a little bit more in the King's speech. But yeah, I think they intend to try and at least hit the ground running, because listen, they've run on a message of change, and people are going to want to see results pretty quickly.
Right, and one of the first orders of business, of course, is the NATO meeting over in Washington, which Keir Starmer is going to have to go on, I think, just a few days' time, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was his first venture onto the world stage as Prime Minister. A big moment for him, obviously, rubbing shoulders with other world leaders of a completely new experience for him. I think he'll be pretty anxious to make a good impression, obviously, because the eyes of the world will be watching him. They'll be looking to size him up, to get the cut of his jib, and to see what kind of guy he is, what kind of leader he is. So he's got to really get on the front foot there.
And one of the big questions, of course, is who is going to be Foreign Secretary, and we haven't really had an answer to that. We may get an answer to it this afternoon, but a lot of people don't think it's going to be David Lamy.
Yeah, I've heard that. I'd be surprised if it wasn't David Lamy. He's been the shadow Foreign Secretary for quite some time. I think it'd be quite a big snub were he not to get the job. He's got very good links, certainly in America, not least with the Democrats, but also on the Republican side of the aisle as well. So I think certainly initially he will be Foreign Secretary. Who knows what happens in the next reshuffle, but that's a long way down the track. So I'd be very surprised if David Lammy wasn't Foreign Secretary.
OK. Kevin, thanks very much indeed. We've got to cut everybody short, I'm afraid.